All right. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. I'm going to dive right into this real talk video. It says black people have too much religion. Black people have too much religion. As we thank the good Lord for so much. Yeah, I know off this title I already got a lot of people mad. And I want to just bring out some truth. Once again, this is a real talk video. Real talk, not King James Bible. I'm not coming from the Bible in this video. So those who, want to hear a real talk video, here we go. And one thing I liked about my brother PP Drawings on here, he said something in the comment a while back that he was referring the comment to people that's holy and down, that's religious, always beating people up with the Bible. He said, JT, if they need to stay holy and down, if that's the way they got to stay to keep their relationship and stay close to God, then they need to stay that way. But he also said, but that don't give them a right to beat people over the head and put everybody else in hell because everybody else is not doing like they are, being like they are. He said some of these holy and down folks want to be the only one to make it into heaven. They don't want nobody else to get there. And Brother PP Drawings, for some reason, that's been sticking with me as I got home from church tonight. And I thought about this old movie called Menace to Society. Oh, yes. I know some of y'all way too religious to look at that movie because it had a whole lot of cussing in it. But I thought about something O-Dog said in that movie, who was played by Lorenz Tate. And O-Dog said that black people got too much damn religion anyway. Because Cain, his homeboy, Cain's grandfather would always spit them scriptures at him. And wasn't nothing wrong with his granddaddy in the movie spitting those scriptures at him, but the thing about Cain was Cain grew up watching his daddy murder somebody. His daddy got killed. His mama was she was on drugs. So as a child, he watched all of that mess. And then as he grew up, he became a part of the same thing that pretty much took his parents out. He started selling. He started getting involved in the street life. Instead of spitting scriptures at him, it was nobody really there to be one-on-one with Cain. Because Cain didn't know nothing about no King James Bible. And Parnell looked out for him, but Parnell only knew the street life, which got him locked up. So when O-Dog said black people got too much religion, and I thought about that. I don't know why I went back to that movie. It is so true. It is very true. This is why I love to hang around and learn from other people. I get outside the black race. So I'm not just stuck on black people. I love different races. I love it. Because I have learned in my life so much from other people. From working around them, learning their culture. It's a beautiful thing. If black people wasn't so holy, not everybody's like this though, but if black people wasn't so holy and down all the time and stuck on religion, they could learn a lot from other people. I don't know why we think because we go to church more than anybody look like that we are more important or better than other races. We think we got to go to church for everything. And then we going to hell for everything that we do. According to holy and down folks, not Jesus. I laughed the other day because I was chilling. We were sitting around with a bunch of people of different races. And I love it. And I love when I can sit down with a black man, a white man over here, a Hispanic over there, maybe a Chinese man over here, or whatever the race is, and we can laugh and sit up and talk, and nobody's mad, nobody hating. We just learning from each other. And to hear the different things is awesome. It's awesome. And a white guy asked me, JT, why are black people so religious? He say, no offense, I always wonder that, but I'm scared to ask a lot of black people. He said, but you cool. I said, you can ask me anything. And I said, I'm still to this day trying to figure out why black people are so religious, other than because the way we was brought up. All we was taught was religion. We wasn't taught relationship half of the time. And black people, to me, just my opinion, are more religious than any other, to me. Because I've never seen where anybody else go to church and stay in church all day and everything you're doing is putting you in hell. So religious. And it's what it do, it goes against the way Christ was. Because Jesus was spiritual, not religious. As a matter of fact, Jesus spent more time on the outside of the buildings, going where the lost was, going where the sinners was. We do the complete opposite. We stay on the inside of the building, stay locked in them same old four corners, them walls, and we leave the sinners on the outside. And then what the truth is more, it look like it's more sinners on the inside of the church that need to be reached. But ain't nobody gonna hardly get saved nowadays in these churches and get delivered because it's too many churches that's just allowing sin to take over. But we not gonna jump off and all that. But when that white guy asked me, JT, why are black people so religious? Why is everything you doing putting you in the hell? Because you listen at a song by Barry White. It wasn't a gospel song. You going to hell. He said, hell, JT, you know what, JT, man, I love me some Barry White. That's how he talk. I love me some good old Barry White. That's a good old, that Barry White. Me and my wife, that's what we bump and grind on. That good old Barry White. Give me some good get me that Luther there, and a few more of them, man. I love old school. I said, me too. I'm not too religious to listen to that old school R&B. I love old school R&B, jazz, and so many different things. I said, I'm not too holy like these. I told that my white brother, I said, I am not in that religious category. I love to look at movies. I love to go out. And it don't matter where I go, I'm going to hear cussing. I'm going to see homosexuality. I'm going to see something that I disagree with. And you know what I told him? I deal with that. I don't condemn them because I love them. And he asked me, why are black people always judging each other? Beautiful questions. And what we don't understand is that so many people sit up and look at our race and just be like, now I'm not saying, I'm talking about black in this video because this is what the subject is on. Black people is too religious. But let's say this, we are not the only ones walking around here full of ignorance. Oh, but it look like we stick out more than anybody. Because our problem so much is each other. We always want to talk about the white man. It's the white man that, well, black on black crime is higher than ever. How do you explain that? How do you explain when your next door neighbor is black and he robbed you because he robbed you and you black? He steal your stuff and then go 4 houses down and try to sell it to your other black neighbor. How do you explain coming out the club and fighting and shooting each other and it's a black on black crime? So I keep it real. I done lost a few folks. And I said, but when you look at it at the end of the day, we still want to be so religious. So religious. We so religious, we ain't no earthly good. And then what I love, we got on a conversation about cuss words. Wow. I wish I would have had my camera going. Cuss words. I'm talking about the word cursed, not cuss. To curse someone, that's a big difference in what you call it cussing. And most black people won't even study and try to understand others and their culture. Because if we would understand that everything that we call a cuss word is not a cuss word. But we only stuck on black and we won't go outside our race. So we consider everything we do, we going to hell, and it's a cuss word, we going to hell. You drinking, you're going to hell. You listen to that song, you're going to hell. You're playing dominoes, you're going to hell. You're talking too loud, you're going to hell. You playing basketball, that's of the devil, you're going to hell. Ain't none of that stuff biblical. And we got to talking about the word, S-H-I-T. Shit. Yeah, some of y'all too religious. This video ain't for you. And one guy told me in his culture, JT, that's not a cuss word. He say, we don't say poop or doo-doo or boo-boo. He said that's what it's called. He said if you was in my culture and you said the word shit, would nobody look at you like that? As if you said a bad word. And even some people at the table say even if you burping, that's not considered nasty in their culture. And I thought about that and I shook my head once again because I look at how we do each other as black people. And I always say, if we would learn what other people's cultures, and what certain things mean. Or if you say the word damn, you're not cursing. Cussing. Let's say cussing. See, to curse somebody is something none of us should ever do. You shouldn't cuss nobody out either. But come on, black people, keep it real. How many people have you cussed out in your life? But when I say curse, according to the word of God, when you want to curse somebody, that's something totally different. It's just like the word hell. A lot of people get mad on her when I say the word hell, or when I say God damn, and when I say God damn this mess, God damn these fake sermons, God damn the wicked, God is going to damn it all. Damnation. But if I say God damn, woo, JT, ignorant. Just people are ignorant of the words. And when I say ignorant, I mean it in a good way. And I explained this a few years back on her, and we was talking about certain words that people consider you always cussing. Now, like I was saying, if you take the word hell, if I say, man, hell with that, I'll do that later on. Who am I hurting by saying that? Now, if I say, Mitty, man, I can't stand you. You go to hell. I pray to God you go to hell. I just cursed Mitty, man. And God gonna turn me up for doing that. Just using you for an example, Mitty, man. Love you. You already know that. But I'm just bringing out some points. We so religious that we will hardly ever reach anybody. And we put people in hell behind a word, a cuss word. We put people in hell and we don't even understand. We don't even want to understand them half the time. We want to put people in hell and Jesus came to keep us out of hell. We want to put people in hell and Jesus looked at the heart. So in my videos, if you hear certain words and you don't agree with it, hey, if you want to put me in hell behind that, do what you got to do. But I tell people all the time, this page is going to be hard for religious people to deal with because I am not religious. If you're looking for a religious channel, you don't need to click on JT page because I'm going to teach against this mess. I don't stand on religion. I stand on a relationship. I stand on the word of God. I stand on the spiritual part. The Pharisees stood on religion and man laws and all that stuff. If we can learn to understand others, get around them, learn their culture. We think everything we do is a sin. How can you understand somebody if you don't spend no time and get to know them, be around them? A lot of black people think it's just about black. If you listen at a lot of nations, look at what you hear. Because we don't want to step outside our race and learn other people. Man, I go to a black church. I don't go to a white church. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? What is a black church? See how divided we are now? We got black churches now. I feel you, Ramon Gabbard. What is a black church? In the end, you're not going to even be... When Jesus come back, he's not looking for no black church. He's not looking for no Baptist church. He's not looking for no non-denominational AME, no CME, no Church of Christ, Church of God in Christ. All of these names, he's coming back looking for his children. The name, the color, don't matter. So when we get to talking about, oh man, I only go to a black church. If it's not a black church, I go to a black Baptist church. If it's not black Baptist, I don't want to go. This is why we won't learn nothing else. Listen to the conversations now. Oh man, I only deal with black people, dog. Woo, thank God we got a black president now. y'all, am I making just a little bit of sense? It's a black thing. What is it? It should be a Christ thing. Oh man, it's Black History Month. White folk better be good to us this month. And we ain't been good to each other in I don't know how many years. We want to holler out Black History Month and all we doing is killing each other all month. Hating on each other, stealing from each other. Baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. Mess on top of mess. But we want to cry out, white folk better be good to us this month. Too many of us can't see nothing but the color black. And it's sad. When God is not a respecter of person. So that means God don't care nothing about color. I love to sit down with different races. I have learned so much from working with them, from going different places, just a simple outing of going out to eat. I mean, what I learned, I'll be amazed at. If we wasn't so religious all the time, we could learn so much. We even talked about the word bitch. Oh yeah. You heard Mitty Man in his video sometimes say bitching and complaining. And somebody said Mitty Man was cussing. Mitty Man going to hell because he said the word bitch. Don't you know in other cultures it's not even a cuss word? So what really is a cuss word? Because of what we heard in our black race, MF this, B that, ho this, nigga this, such and such this, all this. What do we know? Now, I'm not saying start cussing people out once again. I'm saying if we can look at the heart of people. I don't care how bad somebody's mouth is. If they on the streets, their mouth is not going to be, how you doing? That conversation ain't going to be, I was blessed and highly favored. I woke up this morning, praise Jesus. They going to wake up cussing. Every word they say going to be a cuss word. But are we too religious to reach out to them? I told y'all this a long time ago on her about the lady that I always go get her hair done at the beauty shop. She loved the way the other lady do her hair, but the lady, the beautician, her mouth is so bad, but the woman is good at what she do. But the hypocrite, the religious woman, all she do is talk bad about the woman when she outside of the beauty shop. But all the time, she end up getting her hair done. I said, if you don't like that woman that much, well, quit going and letting her do your hair. And here it is, this beautician. She's been married for 35 years to the same man. All her children is by the same man. She goes to church. She's faithful. She's good at what she do. She just got a bad mouth. And when you really look at it, she living more close to the word than a religious woman who always talking about it. The religious woman got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies, no job, but always criticizing her. So you got to be careful what you say to people. When you think you are all that, don't let your card get pulled. If we would learn to love one another. And what trips me out, most religious people's mouth is badder than anybody I know. Boy, you ever heard a deacon curse? See, I said curse, let me say cuss. You ever heard a deacon cuss somebody out, a pastor cuss? You ever heard a first lady cuss? You ever heard musicians and choir members cuss somebody out? Just being real. Let's move on from that. I'm just having a real talk video here, and I know I done made a lot of black people mad with this video. But see, I'm not stuck on black. I always wonder when we gonna stop going against each other. That'll be the day. Let's get a little bit real in this video. Let's talk about some facts. Because I want to say this stuff to make us wake up and think about what we doing, what we have done, and what we are still doing. And we wonder why so many other people look at us as a black race and just be like, wow. It's more and more babies being born out of wedlock. It's more black women spreading their legs, letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry run up in their vagina. It's more black men, it takes two, running these women, making babies everywhere, and that's all they're doing is just making a trail of babies. But not all black people are like this. All black people are not living like this. You know it's more abortions than anything. You know we pretty much the leading race look like in everything because of our ignorance. I like to say because of our stupidity also, because once you know better, you shouldn't be ignorant no more. You know most black men are not going to be there for their child. Most black men are in prison. Most black men are on the corner still selling dope. Most black men are still at the house with their mama. Now look at most black men want to continue to get gay. Turn gay. I'm talking about us. Look at how many black women now are lesbians. Look at how many black women are single moms. Just look around. And when we was talking in this conversation, two black ladies got very heated up in the conversation. Because one black lady said, man, I just had a flow for a moment. I said, man, come on, let's have this real talk. Speak real talk like I'm having now with y'all. That other black lady got so pissed off with her because she said, just look at it. We raising baby boys. She said these boys are growing up turning into deadbeat dads. We are raising thugs and gangsters. We are becoming more and more welfare queens. We stuck on ignorance. We hate each other as women. She made that lady so mad. And then that lady gonna look at me and say, I don't agree with her, JT. What you think about that? I said, I agree with her all the way. I say the truth hurt. I looked that woman dead in the eyes and say, I agree with this woman because she is telling the truth. I say, but sister, all black women are not like this. All black men are not like this. But I said she is telling the truth. If you just look at our prisons right now, we full up. We have filled the prisons up. We got a lot of black women that's going to get a degree. And then we got more black men going to serve time. Locked up while their sons is on the street. While their daughters is crying and looking for their daddy. Look at the home. Look at how many young women, 15, 16, 14, 13 years old now, getting pregnant. So when we looking at all these, we just steady having babies. That's all we doing. We steady having babies. These babies ain't even asked to be here. We having babies. More babies, more children, no daddies. So I agree with everything that sister said. I agree. And then when I look at the word laziness, yeah, I gotta take it there in this video. Laziness on the black man. Look at how many black women go to work all day while they quote unquote so-called man sitting at the house not doing nothing. Not doing nothing. Baby, you look for a job today? Nope. What did you do today, baby? Nothing. Chilling. Been on the couch all day, chilling, smoking weed. When partners came over. While you at work, women getting the job done, they just using you. Oh, the truth hurt. So I agree with everything old girl was saying. We can get high all day, but we won't go get a job. We don't have no money, but all of a sudden we always in the clubs. We can get the best of clothes. We got money we can go get some money to support our habit. I know men right now who gonna go spend their last $10 on a sack of weed than to buy their little baby some Pampers. because getting high is more important. Our priorities are all jacked up. All jacked up. What are we raising up? This is why I look at sin, not color. But we talking about black in this video, and I done made a lot of black people mad, but I love you. Truth hurt. That's why I say when you listen at the conversations, it's always going to be about black. Look at President Obama. Let's take that for an example. Most black people will tell you, man, I voted for Obama because he was black. We finally got a black president, dog. That's what's up. Now a lot of black folks want Obama out that office because they thought it was going to be about black people. Well, he isn't the president of black people. He is the president of America, not president of the black people. And then all we want to do is walk around calling each other nigga all day. See the way we do things? And we wonder why we stay messed up. Priorities backwards. I mean, let's take it to the hood for a moment. Anybody looking at this video grew up in the neighborhood, in the hood, the ghetto, the projects. Did you grow up rough like I did? What did you see? All your life, you saw a lot of negative stuff, didn't you? That don't mean you have to stay. You don't have to keep that same mind frame as I'm going to be like this or my children are going to be like this. No, you can make the difference. I used the hood, the negative things that I saw and what I went through. I took my negative and turned it into positive. And I'm still in the same place right now as I'm speaking. See, it starts with us, black people. Starts with us. We thought Obama was going to change up so much, didn't we? I looked at how many preachers got pissed off when Obama with the same-sex marriage thing. Black preachers, black Baptist churches went off hard about him. And them same churches got the homosexuals sitting on their organ every week, taking in money. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. So back to the hood for a moment. When you come out of the hood, you see some of everything. Even to this day, look, right now, look at how many black men care more about the rims on their car, the grills in their mouth. They care more about the things that ain't even important. Some of these rims cost more than the car. It got beautiful looking rims on there, 24s. And the car barely making it down the street because the motor's jacked up. It needs front end line and front end work. They care more about looking good on the outside. And what's up under the hood is totally messed up. I know I'm making some folks mad. Truth hurt. I care more about my rims. What good is rims looking good on the car when the car don't have no tags on it? We'll go put a radio system in the car that costs a good grip of money. As long as we got the rims and the radio system, the tint on the windows, we balling. But the tags is out. The inspection sticker is out. Barely got insurance on there if there's any insurance at all. Who want to ride like that? And then we get mad when we get stopped by the police. Man, what they stopping me for? I ain't got nothing up to date on the car. I'm talking about us. We rather show off than get organized. We ain't never on time for nothing. Y'all feel me? But we once again the most religious people. What in the hell is all this religion gonna do for you in the long run? That's why I don't have no religion at all. I hear people all the time, you gonna make me lose my religion. Say that again, JT. I lost mine a long time ago. I'm glad I lost religion and I gained relationship. Religion was taking me right on to destruction. We so busy trying to figure out who going to hell and who going to heaven. We so busy judging each other, and what's so crazy, ain't none of us made it in heaven yet. We got too much religion and not enough relationship with God. We got too much religion and not enough word in us. We got too much religion, but there is no love and forgiveness. We got too much religion and still don't want to change our ways. We got too much religion and leave church the same way every week. But we want people to stay in church all day. How many people stay in church all day and there ain't no change in their life? Like staying in church all day gonna put me into heaven. You know what I found out? This is just for me now. I'm talking about me, not you. For me, less church was the better for me. The lesser I went was the best for me. Because the more church I had was more confusion. The more that I had. So to me, less was best. Now, I'm not telling you to do what I had done. Oh, no. You go, because if you inside of a good church, God bless you. Go as much as you can. But understand also, I'm talking about the body of Christ. I had more time to stay connected to God and not mess. I had to get out of some of these old sick buildings. I got sick of all the musicals and revivals and anniversaries and choirs and begging for money, you name it. All that begging was just killing my spirit. All that confusion. See, I'd rather spend most of my time on the outside of the church doing outreach ministry than being stuck on the same people who know it all. We got too much religion. We think because we go to church more than anybody else, we gonna make it in for everybody. We gonna get more crowns because we went to church. So when I think about all this stuff, my brothers and sisters, it's just sad. If we could just live this word once again, if we could live it, and understand what you got on once again don't make you holy. We got people out here really beating you over the head with religion, but not telling you about how to get saved. We got too much religion to hear God's truth. And some folks are never going to hear the truth because their mind is made up in religion. What you do is what you do. But don't expect me to do what you do when I have my relationship with God. And as I close, which one do you choose? To be spiritual like Jesus was? Being spiritual like Jesus was? Or do you choose to be religious like the Pharisees was? Pharisees, religious. Jesus, spiritual. Which category are you in? Black people, we got too much religion and not enough relationship. So when you learn to get to that relationship side and that spiritual side and get out of this confusion, this religion, you're going to be on the right track. And once again, salvation is an inside job. Inside. Not an outside job. So it don't matter what you got on once again. What color you are. The skin don't matter. How bad your mouth is. What you used to do. If you want to be delivered, you can get it done through your relationship. Some of y'all still preaching if you ain't dipped in the water, you're going to hell because you wasn't baptized in water. Remember, the Bible speaks about 7, 8 different baptisms. Every time you hear the word baptism, don't try to connect it with water because you're going to keep confusing people. There is more than one baptism taught in the Bible. You can go down and be dipped in that water. You can go down a dry devil and come right on up a wet devil. You better realize it's the blood. And it never lose its power. Ain't nothing wrong with getting baptized. That's a beautiful thing. Get baptized. Bury your old self. Recognize the death, burial, and the resurrection. But I also understand it's not the water that saves you. God bless you. God keep you. Real talk. Peace.